Welcome back to the last video for this section of Pokemon Review with the Pokemon Math Professor. Our last topic, we're going to be looking at another way to understand the relationships between numbers, specifically these terms bigger and smaller. Sometimes these terms get thrown around and they're used to represent things in mathematics that don't actually mean bigger and smaller. Here's an example. The word greater than. Well, if you think back when we were talking about number lines, greater than referred to numbers that were farther to the right on the number line. There was also less than. Less than referred to numbers farther to the left on the number line. But those two terms are not bigger and smaller. Okay, they are greater than does not mean bigger, and less than does not mean smaller. These are completely different terms that have to do with the distance a number is away from zero. The farther a number is away from zero, the bigger the number is. The closer a number is to zero, the smaller a number is. Let's take a look at some examples. Let's start with bigger. -4 is bigger than 2. And that might seem a little weird for you. You may be saying, well, isn't -4 less than 2? Well, yes, it is less than 2. But -4 is still a bigger number than 2. When we look at -4, it is 4 units from 0. Or in other words, its absolute value is 4. And 2 is 2 units away from 0. Its absolute value is 2. Since -4 is a bigger absolute value or farther away from 0, -4 is the bigger number. And in reverse, that means 2 is smaller than -4. Just like we said, -4 is a distance of 4 away from 0. 2 is a distance of 2, meaning 2 is closer to 0 than -4, making 2 the smaller number. Now, there are a lot of examples about this. We have things like if you have money, you could have more debt than you have income. That makes your debt bigger than your income. You could have a 8-ounce cup and a 20-ounce soda. Well, that 8-ounce cup is actually smaller than the 20-ounce soda because the 8 ounces you have to fill are more than the 20 ounces that are inside of the soda. And there are many more examples like this that you will begin to interact with when you do things like science and social studies, where you have to understand bigger and smaller doesn't care about direction. It only cares about amount, or how far something is away from 0, or its absolute value. And that's how absolute value connects to these numbers, bigger and smaller. Thank you to Slides Go for helping me with my slides.